So we'll start our practice in just a comfortable seat. I have a blanket underneath my hips. Just sort of, I have it, to be quite honest. My hips are much more comfortable when they're lifted a little bit higher than my knees. You can also use one of those pillows as that prop as well. So just as a reminder, I do have a couple of pillows here. I just grabbed these from my bed. They're gonna make really nice props for later in the practice. So just have those near you, and we'll get to those a bit later. All right, so find the sit bones heavy. Find the legs and thighs heavy. Sit up nice and tall, lengthening the spine. You can close the eyes here. Soften the shoulders from the ears. Let the hands just rest gently on the thighs, maybe drawing the elbows a little closer in towards the ribs. And then just allow the body to settle in here. So if this is your first movement of the day, maybe just take a moment to find some awareness of what's happening within your body. And even if this isn't the first movement, maybe you've already gone for a nice run or whatever it is, just take a moment here and just notice. Notice what's working within the body today. And just notice what maybe feels a bit cranky, as it sometimes does. And keep that awareness, this time turning it onto the breath. Start to notice the in and out flow of each inhale and each exhale. And then just start to deepen the breath. Lengthening out each inhale. Softening as you exhale. Breathing in, nice and slow. Exhale. So just stay with that breath work for a few rounds. Slow breath in. Feel the belly expand as you take that inhale. And then exhale. Allow the belly to contract back towards the spine. 2 more breaths here. Notice that expansion, the contraction, both parts of the breath. And then find a big breath in through the nose. And then open the mouth and just let it all go. And then just let the breath return to its normal pace in and out of the nose. And let's start to find a bit of movement here. You can keep the eyes closed if you like, or gently have them float open, whatever works for you. We'll start to drop that right ear towards the right shoulder. Keep the left shoulder drawing away from the ear. So if this is enough, stay right here. Or you can take the left fingertips down to your mat, finding a little more length in the left side of the neck here. And if you need more, you can walk the fingertips out a couple of inches. Keep the spine nice and tall here as you find this stretch. If you've extended the arm, go ahead and bring it back to your lap. And then just gently roll the head, drawing the chin towards the chest. Lengthen the back side of the neck now. So the tendency when we do this is to sort of let the belly get soft, maybe let those low ribs start to come out. See if you can keep drawing those bottom ribs, those low floating ribs in towards one another. And then on your next inhale, take the head, lift it gently. And then exhale, left ear comes to the left shoulder this time. So take a moment here, pause. Feel out what's happening in the right side of the neck this time. Soften the right shoulder. And then make that choice. Keep the hands here on the lap or take the fingertips down to your mat. And then if you need a little extra, you can walk the fingertips out to just a couple of inches. If you've extended the arm, go ahead and bring the hand back to the leg. Roll the head, chin comes down to the chest. One more time, spine is long. And then on your next inhale, take the gaze back up. And then exhale. Let's just roll the shoulders out a bit here, get them nice and loose. So bring the shoulders up towards the ears and then draw them down the back. Do that a few times. Opening up the front of the chest. Getting the shoulders nice and warm. And then we'll switch and move the opposite way. So this time the shoulders come up towards the ears and then towards the front of the body. And then let's just do one more reversing that. So shoulders up towards the ears and down the back, just so that we end with a nice open chest, open heart. Okay? So from here, we're going to take our hands, clasp them, interlace the fingers, and just start to press the palms away from you. And then you can start to bring the chin towards the chest, round through the upper back. You're coming into a little cat back here. Inhale, come upright, release the hands, take the fingertips behind you as you exhale. Inhale, lift the chest to maybe take the gaze up a bit. Open up the heart. Stay for a couple breaths. Inhale. And then exhale, release it. We'll do that one more time. So interlace the fingers, press the palms away from you, draw chin to chest, round the back. Spread the shoulder blades apart from one another. Find a nice deep stretch for the upper back. Release the hands, take the fingertips behind you. Inhale, lift and open the heart space. One more inhale. And then an exhale, release it. So let's go ahead and make our way onto hands and knees, coming to tabletop position. You're welcome to, if you have a blanket and you're practicing with that, you're welcome to take that underneath the knees, but we're not going to be here for very long. So yogi's choice here. So find that tabletop pose. Press the fingertips down into the earth. Curl the toes under. And we'll start to lift the hips, sending them towards the sky, making our way into a downward facing dog. But I'll encourage you to keep the knees bent as we arrive here. So a nice generous bend here, okay? So that you can press the hips towards the sky and lengthen the spine. Let the head be heavy. Give it a gentle nod, yes. And then just a gentle shake, no. And then if you want to pedal out the feet, maybe bend one knee a little bit more generously, straightening the other. And then switching. Or whatever other movement feels good in your down dog. Sometimes I like to lift the heels and then take them to one side. Lift the heels, take them to the other.
just find what works for you this morning or whenever it is you're practicing. And then when your body feels ready, go ahead and settle into stillness here in your jaw. Root the hands. Draw the belly button to spine as you continue to press the hips towards the sky. Heels reach for the floor. They don't have to meet it. Mine don't. They probably never will. It's okay. Not the point of yoga. Take a breath in here. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, we'll start to lift the heels, shift the body forward, find a plank pose. Shoulders come over the wrists here. And then exhale, use the belly muscles to draw the hips up, back towards the sky, coming right into your downward facing dog. We'll do that again. Inhale, lift the heels, shift forward, find your plank. Exhale, shift back, downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale, roll the body forward. Find that plank pose, and we're going to stay here. Press the palms into the earth so that you find a little lift of that chest. Belly's drawn in. Maybe turn the corners of the mouth up. Enjoy that plank. Take one more inhale. And then exhale. Lower the knees to your mat. Hug the elbows in, come all the way down to the belly. Uncurl the toes here. And then we're going to come onto the fingertips, bringing the hands a little wider than your mat. Press the tops of the feet down. Take an inhale. Fingertips press into your mat as you rise up, lifting head, neck, heart. And then exhale, lower it down. Inhale, press into the fingertips as you rise. Exhale, lower down. One more time, inhale. Rise up. Exhale, lower down. This time we're going to take our hands underneath the shoulders. We'll press into the entire palm. Hug the elbows in towards the ribs as you lift the head, the neck, the chest. So maybe you come into a little baby cobra if that's what your body's ready for. Or maybe if it's ready, you can press the body up a little bit higher, rising up for cobra. Keep the elbows hugged in, shoulder blades drawing down the back. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, slowly lower back to the earth. Curl the toes under, press into the palms. And we'll just move through that tabletop pose to make our way back into a downward facing dog. Take a breath in. And out. One more time, inhale. Open mouth, breath out. Let's do one more for good measure. Inhale. And exhale. Take the gaze between the palms. Step or hop your way towards the hands, bringing the toes to rest behind the wrists. Take an inhale, find a halfway lift. So hands can come to the shins, or if it's available, fingertips can be on the mat, whatever works for you. Bringing yourself into a flat back, belly is drawn in. Spine is long. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, soften the knees and just let the body hang over the legs. You might like to rest the belly on the tops of the thighs for a little support for the low back. You may like to find a bind by clasping opposite elbows, coming into a ragdoll pose. If you found that bind, you might like to sway from side to side. Again, just noticing what your body is asking for and honoring that. One more round of breath in your forward fold. If you found a bind, go ahead and release the arms. Press the feet into your mat and slowly begin to rise all the way up. So move nice and slow, round the back, stack the vertebrae one at a time. As you make your way to stand, we're up. So root the feet to the earth. Draw the belly in. Take an inhale, sweep the arms up over the head, bring the palms together, and then exhale, draw them into your heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale, palms come to the heart. One more time. Inhale to sweep. Exhale, bring the palms to your heart. Take a moment with the thumbs pressed right into the heart space. You can close the eyes. Find your awareness at your center. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice today, I'll invite you to take this time and do that now. And if setting an intention is not in your practice, it's all good. Maybe just take a moment to remind yourself to honor the whole self. The light part of the self, as well as the dark. Because without one, we don't have the other. Stay with that intention for just one more round of breath. And then let's move through a few rounds of sun salutation. Take an inhale, sweep the arms up. Palms come together through your heart as you come into a forward fold. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step or half your way back into a plank pose. Take an inhale here. Exhale, lower the knees down, bring yourself onto the belly. Uncurl the toes. We're going to come up for that cobra pose we did earlier. Inhale, rise up. Maybe you come a little bit higher this time. And then exhale, release it down. Press into the palms, either coming through tabletop pose or plank to find a downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Gaze between the palms. Step or hop your way towards the top of your mat. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, we're going to rise with a flat back. Circle the arms around. Bring the palms together over the head. Exhale, draw them into your heart center. Moving right into the next sun salute. Inhale to sweep the arms. Exhale, bring them through heart center as you find a forward fold. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step or hop your way to plank pose. So yogi's choice to lower the knees down or lower through chaturanga, up to you. Inhale here. Exhale, lower your way. Inhale, either finding cobra or maybe an up dog. And then exhale, make your way back into that downward facing dog. One breath here, inhale. And exhale. Gaze between the palms, step or hop your way up. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise strong all the way to stand. Bring the palms together as your heart. One more time, right into the third one. Inhale to sweep the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step or hop your way to plank. Move through your version of a vinyasa or just head to dog pose if that's more your speed. Okay? Inhale. Find your opening of the heart space. And then exhale. Send the hips high, downward facing dog. One breath here. Inhale. And exhale. We'll stay here and we'll send the right leg up and back behind you. Okay, so coming into a three-legged dog, press into the right heel, level out the hips. Take an inhale. Exhale, shift forward, draw the knee into the nose. Inhale to press it back. Exhale, tap right knee to left elbow. Inhale, press back. Exhale, right knee taps right elbow. Inhale, press back. Exhale, step between the palms. And then we'll lower the back knee down. Uncurl the toes. Take a moment here to let the hips settle into this lunge. And then when you're ready, hands can come all the way to the thighs, or maybe you sweep them up towards the sky, whichever works best for you here. Either way, shoulders are falling gently from the ears, and the belly is drawn in. Tailbone is heavy. Take one more inhale. Exhale, plant the palms alongside the right foot. Curl the back toes under and start to lift the left knee. So we're coming into a runner's lunge, left palm plants, and we're gonna send the right arm to reach for the sky, coming in for a twist here. So from here, we're gonna take that left heel, swivel it down towards the mat, coming onto the knife edge of the left foot. Couple of options. You can either heel toe that right foot about halfway down your mat, coming into a supported side plank, or you can stack the right foot on top of the left, coming into a full side plank. Okay, so yogi's choice here, whichever version feels best in your body this morning. Honor that. Continue to breathe. Take one more inhale. Exhale, plant the palms, return to a plank pose and move through a vinyasa, or not. You can come all straight to dog if you prefer. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower your way. Inhale, rise your way, open up the heart space. And then exhale, hips rise, downward facing dog. So don't feel like you have to do the same vinyasa every single time. I like to mix it up. Gives the body something new every time. Take a breath in your dog pose. Let it out. Inhale, left leg reaches up and back. Toes face down towards your mat. And we're kicking into the left heel. Take an inhale here. Exhale, shift forward, knee comes into the nose. Inhale, press back. Exhale, cross it over, tap the right elbow. Inhale, press back. Exhale, tap the left elbow. Inhale, press back. Exhale, step it through. Lower the back knee. Uncurl the toes. Take a moment here, let your hips settle in. And then when you're ready, again, hands can come to the thighs, or maybe you sweep them all the way up, arms alongside the ears. Shoulders are soft. Gaze is soft. Take one more inhale in your low lunge. And then exhale, plant the palms. Curl the back toes under, lift the right knee. Right palm stays planted as you reach and peel the heart open. Coming into your twist here. So we're heading into that side plank, so yogi's choice of which version you would like, either coming into that supported version or full plank. Either way, we're gonna send the right heel down towards your mat and either heel toe that left foot about halfway down, coming into that supported version, or stacking the feet, coming all the way into that side plank. Root into that right hand. Lift those right ribs up just a little bit more. Reach and spread the arms. Keep the chest nice and open. Take one more inhale on your side plank. And then exhale, plant the left palm. Find your plank pose and find your own version of a vinyasa. Inhaling, exhale, lower. Inhale, rise and open. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath here, in through the nose. Sigh it out through the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath in. And breath out. And then we'll lower the knees to your mat. So we're gonna move into our yin portion of our practice. So go ahead and grab your pillows. So I have two. I may decide just to use one, but use what works for you, okay? And feel free to like play around with the props and just find something that feels good in your body, okay? So I'm gonna take my pillows and just nestle them in between my knees here. My big toes are together and my knees are nice and wide so that those pillows can fit right here. And then we're gonna make our way into a child's pose. So just lower the torso down right onto the pillows. And I like to sort of hug the pillows. It just feels really nice and snuggly. And then just take the right cheek right onto the pillows. So this is a nice sort of restorative version. If you feel like, you know what, I really don't need the pillows, that's totally okay. You can move the pillows off to the side and just come into more of a classic child's pose. But just know that we're gonna hold it for a few minutes, okay? All right, so finding that child's pose. And then coming into that awareness. Notice the body. Notice if you have any tension gathered within the hips or the low back. Or maybe you've brought in a little bit of tension into the shoulders. Allow those areas to soften. Notice the breath. Maybe you need to start to slow it down. Maybe it's sped up a bit, right? We had a bit of movement there. And just start to let everything settle here. Allow yourself to just be in a state of awareness. Notice any sensations that are happening within the body. Notice the sensations of the breath, of the mind. Notice those things. So often when we do that vinyasa style class, it's easy to sort of lose that awareness as our body moves. And so allowing ourselves to come to this state of stillness helps bring that awareness back. And then just gently lift the head and take the left cheek down. Keep noticing any parts of the body that may be tensing. Maybe you decide if you have two pillows, you want to remove the top one. Take the pose a bit deeper. You might decide that would feel nice. So once you get to a pose, yes, the goal is stillness here for our yin practice. but also giving yourself a little wiggle room to find what works for you. Okay, and then settling in. We'll be here just a few more breaths. And then we'll start to make our way out of our child's pose. So taking the hands alongside the pillows or underneath the shoulders, and then just gently press into the palms, lifting the body up.
Take the pillow out to the side.
And then we'll just swing the legs around, coming onto the bum.
So grab your pillows. There's a couple ways of doing this. I'm going to show you how I like to do it. You may decide, okay, that's a little wonky and you can do it a different way. But I'm going to show you. All right, so just keep the knees bent, feet are on your mat, and just lower yourself all the way down
onto the back. So from here, press into the feet, lift the hips, and we'll just slide one of the pillows underneath the low back. Okay, and that'll give the hips a little bit of a lift. Okay, if you decide you want to add another pillow, go ahead and do that. If one's enough, cool. Okay. So just start with the feet on the floor. Let the back settle here. And then you can bring the arms over the head if that feels okay for you. And if the low back feels cranky, stay here with the feet rooted to the earth. If the body's okay with it, go ahead and start to slide the legs out one at a time, keeping the heels connected to the mat as the legs extend. So we're coming into pontoon pose, giving the front of the hips some opening. Opening at the front side of the body. And again, just letting yourself settle here. Soften through all of the muscles. And then just find the breath. So our yin practice is a more slow, more contemplative style of yoga, whereas our vinyasa class is generally a faster paced, much more movement-oriented style. And they're a really wonderful complement to each other. So I really like bringing both elements into one class so you get that balance, that yin, that yang. Without balance, right? Without that acknowledgement, if we only do those fast-paced practices, we don't acknowledge those slower-paced practices, we may not be honoring what our body fully needs. So we'll be here for a few more rounds of breath. And then go ahead and release the arms. Bring a bend into one knee and then the other. Press into the heels, lift the hips. Just slide your pillow from underneath you. Bring the hips back to the earth. And then decide how you want to make your way back up to a seat. You can kind of rock and roll your way up for that, or if you want to keep that nice slow pace, just bring yourself onto one side or the other. You're welcome to pause for a minute and then take yourself back up to a seat. So from here, we'll come onto our bums. You can take a pillow and take that underneath the hips. If you have a blanket that you would like to use, you can do that as well. So I'm going to take my blanket underneath my hips. It's because of what I have it handy. Again, a pillow is totally fine. Okay? Legs are extended. Toes are facing towards the sky, but the legs aren't active here. Okay? So we're not actively pulling the toes towards the body. But the toes are facing up towards the sky. Find a tall spine. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, just let the body fold over the legs. Okay? You can let the back round. You can let the head hang. If you feel like you need some extra support for the body to stay here, you can take a pillow and just place it on top of the legs. And that will just bring things a little bit closer to you. You can take two pillows. Maybe you would find that's really nice. Okay, so that's really supportive and yummy. So make a choice as to which version works for your body. And then ease your way into it. Notice the sensations. Notice what's happening to the backs of the legs. You might find a nice deep stretch there. You may find a nice deep stretch for the low back. So notice those sensations. So if you feel pain, that's your body's signal that maybe you need to back out of the pose slightly or maybe completely for a moment and then rejoin, okay? But sensations, I had a friend that used to say sweet discomfort. So if you're finding a sweet discomfort in a pose, that's okay. You want to find a stretch, but we don't want to find pain. Again, that's your body's signal that make your way out of that pose, okay? So, coming back to the awareness, back to the breath. Maybe as you come into these poses, your thoughts start to multiply. That's okay. It happens, right? When we let ourselves get still, it's what our mind likes to do. It likes to think of, what are you having for lunch? Or what are the plans for the rest of your day? Or maybe I don't really like this pose very much. Or what pose are we doing next, right? These are all things that the mind likes to do. It's okay, right? Notice those. Notice what's coming up here. Maybe it's something more. Let them happen, right? Let those thoughts arise. But maybe right now we don't dwell on them. I like to say if it's important, the thoughts will come back to you when they need to. So stay in this forward fold, this caterpillar pose for a few more breaths. And And then to make your way out, just slowly begin to rise. So move one vertebra at a time, nice and slow. And when you've made your way upright, take a moment here. Sit in that rebound of the pose, what I like to say the echo of the pose. So notice what the body feels like after. And then it might feel good for the body to take the hands behind you and then bend the knees and then just let them fall over from one side to the other, just countering that forward fold. And then when you have found enough movement, go ahead and take a little booty scooch up about halfway down your mat. If you have anything underneath the bum, like a blanket or anything, just take that back out to the side. And so we'll make our way onto our backs. So a couple of options. Since we are practicing at home, not everybody has a bolster. That's why we're using the pillows. So take your pillow and bring it lengthwise behind you on the mat, fairly close to the low back, but not necessarily touching. Okay, I'm gonna stack 2 blankets because my back feels pretty open this morning, so I'm okay with that. You may decide that one works for you. And then once you have your pillows situated, keep the knees bent and then just lower yourself onto those pillows. Okay, so you have a nice little support. Make any adjustments if you need to move the hips away from or closer to the pillows to make yourself comfortable. Do that. And then we'll draw the soles of the feet together, bringing the heels in towards you. And then allow the knees to fall open wide. So we're coming into a reclined butterfly pose. And then just bring the hands wherever they're most comfortable. So if you like them on the belly for some grounding, you might try that, or you may just bring the hands alongside of you with the palms facing up. And then find some breaths. Notice the inhale as it fills the entire front body. And then the exhale to help you soften. Soften the face, soften the jaw. Feel the openness of the chest. Notice the rise and fall of the belly. Allow the hips and thighs to become a little heavier, drawing them closer to the earth. Let yourself stay here. Again, just noticing. Noticing what happens when you come into that stillness. When you honor that side of you. Honor both sides of our practice. Just as we have to honor both sides of ourselves, that light, that shiny part, but also the shadow part. We have to honor all of that because without both parts, how can we be whole?
And then take a breath in through the nose. And just sigh it out through the mouth. Gently draw the knees in towards one another. And then just gently roll yourself off to one side, coming off of those pillows. And then just move the pillows to the side. Take a moment on your side body. And then go ahead, and when you're ready, bring yourself onto the back. Hug the knees into the chest. And you're welcome to find a little gentle rock from side to side. And then just settle back to center. And we'll take the arms wide, or maybe bringing them to cactus arms, whichever feels best. And then just let the legs fall gently over to the right side of your mat. So coming into a final twist. You can take the right hand on top of the left thigh. Might feel nice to gaze over the left shoulder. Bring the gaze back to center, and then the knees back to center. And then we'll let them fall gently to the left side of your mat. The left hand can come onto the thigh. And then you can take the gaze over the right shoulder. Try to keep both shoulders rooting into your mat. Feel the expanse of the chest. Take the gaze back to center. Knees come back to center. Give them another little hug. You want to take a moment and find that rocking from side to side, or some circles with the knees, whatever your body's asking for as you wind down your practice, or even any other movements you might like to take. When you're ready, settling back at center. Hugging the knees in a little bit tighter as you draw the forehead up towards them, hugging yourself into a tiny little ball. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, release it all, extend everything out. Give yourself a nice full body stretch, lengthening all the way out from the fingertips all the way down to the toes. Breath in, and then exhale. Let it all go. Find yourself in your final resting pose. You need to take a moment to gently rock the head from side to side. You can do that. And just allow the head to rest at center. And then allow each muscle to begin to soften. Starting at the feet, allowing the toes, the feet, the ankles to release. Feeling the legs be heavy. Allow the hips, the glutes, the belly to soften. Allow the back body to just melt into the earth. heart space soften. The arms, the hands, the fingers heavy. Soften the neck. Soften the jaw. Release the tongue from the roof of the mouth and just let the lips be slightly parted. Soften the space around the eye. Feel the eyes be heavy in their sockets. Soften the space between the brow, the creases of the forehead, and even softening the scalp. And allow everything to be completely heavy here for the next few moments. To remain here in this rest for a few more minutes, I'll invite you to stay here for as long as you need. You're ready to make your way out. You can start by wiggling the fingers and the toes. Back over the head, and a nice full body stretch. And then bending the knees. Start to make your way onto one side, and take a moment there to pause. And then when you're ready, finding your way back into a comfortable seat, meeting with our palms together at our hearts. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice. Thank you for honoring all sides of yourself. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day. Sending you all so much peace. Namaste.